Buddy. I'm showing you how to do cookies today. My computer has decided it. So this is going to be one-handed cookies. We'll see how really easy it is because I'm having to use my phone in order to do this. Also, my kitchen is not always the greatest, so we'll see if that works too. I have no idea. But hopefully, maybe some of you are going to be joining, so I'm going to give everybody a moment we're able. And we'll see if we can get started in a few minutes. So I am on my phone instead of on my laptop, but that's okay. We'll figure this out. Cookies. What you need in order to make cookies is your butter. Flop your 2 sticks of butter or margarine. I grew up using margarine, so that's okay too. And then I march this over to microwave, and you're just going to microwave it for about 20 or 30 seconds. I'll go for 25. All right. And what you want to do is basically just soften your butter. If it melts, that's okay. Your cookies just end up being a little bit thinner. It's no big deal. But you want to be able to get it a little soft. So coming straight from the fridge, you need to warm it up a little bit. So once that is in there for about 20 to 30 seconds, depending on how strong your is, get it out and we'll get started. So you can see mine hasn't melted. All right, it just got soft. And then you need to be able to put in the rest of your stuff. So now that we've got the butter, and I've got my spatula, first thing we're going to do is we're going to add sugar. And you only need 1 cup of sugar. You're going to mix that in. See if I can get you looking right in there. All right. And you're mushing your butter into your sugar. Okay? So give that a moment or 2. And I'm using the back of my spatula and mushing it down. So when it's mixed up, it looks a little bit like this. All right. And then we're going to add a pinch of salt. Literally. There's some salt. And you add about a teaspoon or so of vanilla. Now this is where the creative part of it can come in. I grew up always using vanilla. However, when I had kids, we got creative and did some other things. Yes, my kitchen's backwards because I'm using my phone camera instead. We used vanilla when I was a kid. However, you can use whatever flavorings you want. If you want to try out peppermint, we've done peppermint before. Really any extract you could use. If you like the flavor and you think it would be good for a cookie, then use it. The other thing that we have done since having kids is my kids have liked to add color. So, for Valentine's Day, if you want it to be pink, use some red food coloring. If you want it to be green for St. Patrick's Day or Christmas or something, you can use different colors and have creative cookies. But whatever your extract is, you're going to use about a teaspoon. Again, you'll see I didn't really measure it. I just pour it out a little bit until I think it looks good. And I have a nice mush there. And then last, I need to add some flour. you need 2 cups of flour. Okay, so it's 2 sticks of butter, a pinch of salt, a dash of vanilla. Did I say 1 cup of sugar, I think? And 2 cups of flour. All right, so I'm at the bottom of my barrel of flour, so bear with me. All right. Here's my 1 cup. Get my knife. Sure enough, there's 1 cup. And then get my 2nd cup in there. All right. When you add the flour, that's when it really thickens up. You'll notice there were no eggs in this. All right. So there's my sugar. All right. I'll mix it up for a little while and then I'll show it to you what it looks like. Mix this all up. It starts getting a little bit thicker. You can do. If you would like your cookies to be real chocolatey, you can take out about a 1/4 cup to a 1/2 cup of flour and replace it with cocoa powder. To be cut them, cut them into different shapes. You might need to add a little bit more flour to give it a good consistency to be able to use a cookie cutter on them. But you can do all sorts. This is basically just a base recipe. I have also taken this recipe and quartered it and sat down and ate it, just because it's particularly good as dough. Nice and mushy. All right. And then lastly, you add your chocolate chips. You can add as many or as few as you'd like. Another creative piece, if you don't want to do chocolate chips, you can add in nuts. You can add in probably raisins or cranberries or whatever you want. When I add in chocolate chips, I usually add in about a cup. All right, so there's my cup of chocolate chips. What I also like to do, just to make sure that I have the right consistency and that my recipe tastes really good, is I like to take one of those chocolate chips with a little bit of dough and just eat it. Tastes good. All right, so now I've mixed up my chocolate chip recipe. All right, well, if I can get that. Okay, so it is, again, 2 sticks of butter, dash of salt, a teaspoon or so of vanilla, give or take, a cup of sugar. Mix that up, then add 2 cups. Mix, mix, mix until it looks like this. Now these are cookie bars. So instead of scooping them out, this is where your kids can do this whole thing, including this. But your kids can get themselves kind of messy with this, which makes it that much more fun. And that is, just put it in a cookie tray like this. Scrape all my dough off so I can get it all in there. All right. And then just mush it down. You can see that. Let's see. Pull up my sleeves and I get to mushing. Okay. I mush it in the corner. If I see that there's too many chocolate chips somewhere, I can just shift my chocolate chips over and move them somewhere else. But I literally am just mushing this into one big bar. While I'm doing this, your oven should be at about 350 degrees or so. The cook time is dependent upon what kind of cookie sheet you're using and how chewy or how crunchy you want your cookies to be. I like chewy chocolate chip cookies, so I do not like to overcook them. However, I have them in this big, massive stone because I found that they cook really nice in this stone as opposed to my usual cookie sheet. So when I cook them, I end up cooking them for about, I want to say about 12 minutes, but really I start checking them after about 8 8 to 10 minutes. If you're using your usual cookie tray and you like them chewy, I would definitely start checking them after 8 minutes. Okay. You will see that they'll kind of glisten a little bit as they're cooking from all the butter and whatnot. And then right after that glistening look disappears, that's about when they're going to be soft and still kind of chewy. All right. I also like to just run my fingers along the edge because these do get a little bit bigger and fill up the cookie sheet. So if I back it up a little bit, it fills in real nice. All right. And like I said, if you want to shift your chocolate chips around so that you have an even distribution of your chocolate chips, that's not a half bad idea either. You can see I've padded chips. However long, once you are done cooking, you want to be able to cut them, but you don't want to cook them straight, or excuse me, you don't want minutes to and then they completely cool off, because if you like them crunchy and you wait until they're harder to cut. All right, so let me see. I'm not sure if some of you had some questions or anything. 1 cup of sugar. Sorry. Yeah, my picture's not as good as I would like it to be. A jelly roll pan. Yep, so nice large. Okay. Hello, darlings. Good to see you. Or good to hear from you.